Hi, this is David from Fumastra Management Consulting, and today I propose you to further improve our document that we created previously with the drop-down list, listing the different products that we have, and having the unit cost based on that product as well. So retrieving the unit cost corresponding to that product. We started creating a simple invoice with form fields and auto-calculated result. Last time we also included a text based on the result of the total amount, displaying the total amount in words. Now we are going to include a list. So each of those fields now display the list of the products that we have and have a name like choice 1 for this one, choice 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that we can trigger the unit cost corresponding of the result of each of those lists, choice 1, list choice 2, and so on. So if we choose one product like product B and we validate, we have the price retrieved corresponding to the product B. And if we enter the amount, then it calculates the result. So I have also updated that field so that it doesn't display the amount if one of those two fields is empty. If we have the quantity like 10, then it doesn't display unnecessary result. And if we have a product selected in this one and it displays the unit cost based on that product, but the quantity is empty, it doesn't display either unnecessary result. So it's some improvement that I have made on that document. Now let's choose also a product H. We have the quantity, the price automatically is displayed based on the result of that field. Now we have product D, we can also add a certain quantity, 34, and we have our total calculated, and the text displays the total amount in words. Now with this improvement, we improve the way the products are written, so we avoid spelling mistakes and calculation mistakes. Let's imagine that by mistake we write 13,000 instead of 130,000. That would be a huge drop in the result of our invoice. So with that, we make sure that once the product is selected, the correct unit cost corresponding to this product is going to be displayed in that field. Let's have a look what we have behind and how we can do that. We need to remove the protection first of all, so we can go into either the developer tab or also the review tab and choose from protect restrict editing. Once we have removed the protection, we can see what we have behind the things. So in the column particulars, we have a drop-down list that we can have from the developer tab, controls group, and legacy form. That's the one we chose, okay, drop-down list. We double click on it and we reveal the options that are available behind. I have entered the entire list, so we can just type the item inside here, click add, and for each item we do that. I have also included an item filled with space so that we can have something like an empty field that we have at the origin of the document. Then I have named in each of those fields with choice 1, choice 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and make sure to check calculate on exit for each. So we can have a look at this one. It has the name choice 6, all the list of the products, and calculate on exit as well, so that we can use the result of this field in the unit cost and display that. Let's reveal the field codes that we have with Alt F9. Then we see what are the codes that are behind. So I used an if statement so that if the field result choice 1 correspond to the space item, then we don't need to display anything. So I left empty double quotes so that we don't display anything. And otherwise, well, it retrieves the reference bookmark based on the result of the reference bookmark choice 1. So there are two reference bookmark embedded in each other, activating that. Here we have an if statement saying that if either, with the OR function, if either B2 is equal to 0 or C2 is equal to 0, then it is true, then we don't display anything. So again, empty quotes. We don't need to have unnecessary result in that if we don't have the quantity, or if we just have the quantity but not the cost corresponding to one product. And what I've done is also listing the different products that we have and their price associated to that product. So we need to use a set field to set the bookmark product A to 30,000 and so on until product J. So we need to use the underscore to avoid spaces. A bookmark can't have a space, so we need to write something without a space. So that's what we did to improve the document. Use the drop-down form field and base the result of that drop-down form field to retrieve the unit cost corresponding. Alt F9 to go back to the form value, and we can use the document once it is protected. Next time, what I propose you is to use the data that we have collected in those forms. Once we have created those forms and sent those forms to the client, we have a lot of information that are very useful. We have the name of the clients that we have invoiced, the list of the product invoice, the quantity, and the date and the number of the invoice, and so on. And we can use those information. For that, we see that we need to go into File menu, Options, and with Advanced, we need to make sure that one checkbox is checked. This one, Save Form Data as Delimited Text Field, so that when we save the document, it saves as a delimited text file, and then we can retrieve those information in Excel through Power Query, do a little bit some transformation, and start creating a database of the data that we can use for statistic purposes and so on. So see you next time. Thanks for watching.